Hey everybody, Derek here to bring another video for The Walking Dead Season 7. And what I want to do with this video is try to figure out who told Negan about Rick's plans of attacking the Saviors and what consequences will it have going into the season finale. If you are not caught up with The Walking Dead and you do not want to be spoiled in any way, then I suggest you exit the video now and come back later, because otherwise you will be spoiled. Okay, so as was revealed in the last episode of The Walking Dead, when Sasha was in the cell, Negan came in and revealed that, quote unquote, a little birdie told him that Rick was trying to start something with the other communities, that he was trying to do something. He was trying to start his own war to attack the Saviors. And as a result, Negan is aware of this information, and I think he's going to act on it when we see in the season finale. I think that something will happen that could be devastating for both Rick's group and the Saviors. That's really, I think, going to start the war against them. But I think that Rick's group had planned and anticipated that everything that was going to happen would be a surprise, that Negan wouldn't see it coming. So the big question is, who told Negan this? And, of course, many people might think, well, was it really true? You know, does Negan really know that something's going on, or is he just making it up? Because maybe he's trying to psych Sasha out. Maybe he's trying to do something there. But I highly doubt that. Negan just doesn't seem like the person who would act on something like this unless he had solid intel that something was going on. Because if he just went around and attacked the communities for no reason, that would make them revolt. One of Negan's strategies is that, you know, as long as people give him what he wants, he's not going to hurt them. So why go after somebody like that if they haven't done something? Because otherwise you are going to cause, you know, a revolt. You are going to have people going against him. So I think it's real. I think whatever Negan has, he was told about it. And there are a couple of people that would have a lot of motive as well as reasons for why they would do this. But there are some people that, you know, they kind of introduced that maybe you would think they would do something like this, but I doubt that it would be them. Some people might think maybe it was Gregory. You know, maybe Gregory has gotten to the sanctuary in time to tell them, you know, that maybe the timeline was a little off, but I don't think so, because number one, I think the timeline is accurate. Number two, he doesn't know what Rick's group is doing. You know, granted, Rick's group did come and try to get Gregory to join, but Gregory doesn't know exactly what's going on. He doesn't know that they're gathering guns. He doesn't know about those things. And even though he sees people training, I don't think that he would go and tell Negan this, because I think that maybe Negan would then attribute that to Gregory. So Gregory doesn't really know enough to really spill the beans. So I'm going to eliminate him. I don't think it was him. Then, of course, you might think that maybe it was Dwight. You know, there's a chance that maybe with what Dwight is doing right now, maybe he told them this. He told the Saviors this in a sense to cover his own butt, but at the same time, the same time, try to get something started. So maybe Dwight spread a rumor. That could be possible. I mean, I'm not going to rule that out, but I also don't think it was Dwight, because I think that, again, he doesn't really know what's going on. He's been out doing whatever he's been doing in the last couple of episodes. I don't think he has any real intel. I think he legitimately showed up and wanted to help Rick's group. Now, another possibility is that maybe it's just some random savior. You know, maybe Negan has been surveilling everybody, which I wouldn't anticipate that he is doing that, and maybe that's where they found out. Maybe it's just some random savior. But I think that would be too anticlimactic for Negan to just show up out of nowhere and say, hey, Rick, we've been watching you, man. Come on. You think you were walking around these woods, you know, that nobody was watching you? Come on. We were watching you. I just don't think that would be as good, you know, of a reveal. I think that for a season finale, whatever they got, it's going to be shocking and it's going to be very revealing. So I think that just for Negan to come out of the woodworks and say, yeah, it was us. We knew, you know, we were surveilling you this whole season and we know exactly what's going on. We were just waiting for the right time to get you. No, I think it's more than that. And I think I know exactly who went to Negan and told him about this. And that would be our friend, quote unquote friend, Jadis. If you remember back in episode 9 and 10, we were introduced to Jadis and the scavenger group at that dump. And, there's a lot of evidence pointing to them. Number one, they do know the plan. Rick has been telling them, he's been trusting them, hoping that they are going to be the ones that will use the guns to fight. And right now we've seen that Jadis demanded that Rick's group bring more guns. So Rick has gone out and gotten those guns, and I'm going to assume at some point, maybe in the next episode, that there might be a meeting. I don't know if he's going to go there or if they're going to go to Alexandria. I could see that going in a number of ways, but I think that one of the things that they were anticipating doing is that they were going to go and give Jadis's group the guns. So I think that obviously, number one, they have the motivation. They have the reason to know Rick's motive. But number two, I think the other thing that is weighing against Jadis and why I think it was her and her group is that it's their motto. I think that it's just the way that they are. We've heard them say numerous times, we take, we don't bother. What I think that in a sense means is, look, we're going to go in and we're going to take. It's just what we do, but we're not going to get in the middle of things. We're not going to do things for other people. We take advantage of every opportunity that we have, but we're not going to get involved. We don't bother. So what I think might have happened is that either the Saviors found Jadis's group. That could be one possibility, is that maybe while they were out, they found Jadis's group. Negan introduced himself, and maybe Jadis gave him the intel. Number two is that maybe the scavengers came across some Saviors, that maybe they came across them. The group was kind of like, whoa, what do we do? This group's a little different. And maybe Jadis offered them something. Like maybe, in a sense, the Saviors offered Jadis something for safety, that they said, look, we'll give you this stuff if you let us go. So maybe what you had going on there was that maybe they found the Saviors made them a deal, and maybe at that point Negan then introduced himself, and at that point maybe there was a deal made there. I don't know exactly how much in-depth was going on. We may get a flashback in this upcoming episode that reveals exactly how the Saviors got in touch with the scavengers, because I think that that's a possibility, is that maybe they just met, they somehow crossed paths, Rick's name came up, and then Jadis's group offered Rick's group up in exchange for supplies, because obviously the Saviors have more to offer than Rick's group ever will, and that's just because of the way the Saviors are. They also take. So it could be that maybe an alliance was set up off screen, and that's just the way it goes. Sorry, Rick, you're out of luck. The other possibility that I consider is that maybe there is a chance that Jadis's group has always been Saviors. We do know that Negan's group has outposts all over the place. We saw there was one in that episode Not Tomorrow Yet that Rick's group attacked. I'm assuming that there is another outpost or two out there that we might see the group attacking in the war next season. So what I wouldn't be surprised to be revealed is that maybe Jadis's group has been Saviors all along, that they're undercover. Maybe there's a chance that Negan kind of put them independently and said, look, your job is, if anybody ever comes to you and tries to get you to join against me, you let me know. And then they're going to be shocked when it's revealed they were working against us with Saviors all along. So it may be that this group was intentionally set up to find out if other groups were trying to go against Negan. So that could be a possibility there too. But I think no matter which way you cut it, whatever predictions you try to make, I think the only possible conclusion for how Negan could have found out about these plans is Jadis and the Saviors and the Scavengers. I just don't see how anybody else would have the motivation, the reason, the intel to give Negan this kind of information. So I think all along we've kind of felt a little uneasy about this group, and I think it's going to be proven in the season finale that they are not to be trusted, that they did turn their backs on Rick's group. And, whether they'll fight with the Saviors or not is hard to say. It just might be that the Saviors offered them, goods for intel, they got intel, or they've been saviors all along. So could go either way, but I think it was Jadis's group. And I think that ultimately that is going to be bad news for Rick's group, because I think that what you may have anticipated was that Rick's group was going to get the upper hand, but now I think it's going to be more even-handed, where I think something's going to happen that's really going to affect both sides. I think there's going to be a big battle. I think you're going to see several deaths in Alexandria's camp and with the Saviors, and I think that is going to be the ultimate first battle into war, and I think a lot of the ramifications from this will carry over into Season 8. But that's what I think's going on. So let me know what you guys think. Do you think it was Jadis? Do you think there's somebody else I didn't consider? Don't be afraid to let me know. Feel free to subscribe. I do have more videos coming, and if you have any suggestions for future videos that you would like to see, don't be afraid to suggest them. Have a very wonderful evening, and thank you all very much for watching.